Today, we're diving into something that's really shaking things up, artificial intelligence and how it's completely changing the way we do Scrum. We're going to break down what actually happens when you plug AI right into your Agile workflow, transforming everything from the planning session to the final retrospective.
So, let me ask you something. Does your sprint planning sometimes feel like a bit of guesswork? Are your retrospectives kind of stuck on a loop? Maybe talking about the same old problems sprint after sprint? If you're nodding along right now, trust me, you are not alone. But the good news is, a major shift is happening.
AI is finally moving beyond just being a buzzword. It's becoming this practical, really powerful co-pilot for Agile teams. It's ready to automate the boring stuff, sharpen your decisions, and pretty much speed up your entire workflow. So to see how this all works, let's do a super quick recap of the 4 key ceremonies in any sprint. You've got sprint planning, that's where you decide what you're going to build. Then the daily scrum, where everyone syncs up. The sprint review, where you show off what you've built. And finally, the sprint retrospective, where you look back and figure out how to get even better. We're about to walk through how AI supercharges every single one of these. First up, sprint planning. This is where the success of a sprint is so often decided. And it's a place where AI can have an immediate and, frankly, a massive impact. And this gets right to the heart of a classic Agile headache, doesn't it? Story point estimation. For years, teams have been relying on gut feelings, on planning poker. Well, AI completely changes the game here. By analyzing your team's actual historical data, we're talking every ticket, every sprint, it can give you these incredibly accurate, data-driven estimates. It just strips the human bias right out of the planning process. The product owner's role gets a huge power-up at this stage. Instead of having to manually sift through tons of user feedback, an AI can analyze market trends and user sentiment to actually suggest what should be prioritized. It can help draft clearer user stories with really solid acceptance criteria. And get this, it can even forecast a feature's potential business impact before you write a single line of code. Okay, so the plan is set. Now, once the sprint is actually underway, AI shifts gears. It goes from being a planning partner to a real hands-on assistant for the entire team. For developers, this is an absolute game changer. Tools like GitHub Copilot are already writing code snippets and automating reviews, which just drastically speeds things up. But it goes so much deeper. AI can actually predict which parts of your code are most likely to fail and then automatically generate complex test cases for them. This frees up developers to focus on building amazing software, not just fixing it. The Scrum Master's role gets a serious upgrade too. Just imagine an AI that plugs into your Jira or Azure DevOps and is constantly watching the workflow, flagging a potential bottleneck before it grinds everything to a halt. It can even help out with meetings by transcribing daily stand-ups with tools like Otter.ai or Spinach.io. That means the team can focus on solving problems, not on who's taking notes. So the really crucial point here is this fundamental shift in quality assurance. Traditionally, QA has always been reactive, right? We build something, and then we test it to find bugs. With AI, QA becomes proactive. The system can analyze code as it's being written and use all that historical data to predict where bugs are most likely to pop up, helping you prevent them before they even happen. It's a huge change. All right, now we're at the end of the sprint. This is where the team shows off its hard work and reflects on what it learned. AI makes these moments incredibly rich with data and insight. So during the sprint review, picture this: having automated dashboards on things like technical debt or getting an instant sentiment analysis on stakeholder feedback. Then in the retrospective, the AI can spot patterns across multiple sprints to identify those pesky recurring issues and then suggest data-backed improvements. This is how you finally break that cycle of solving the same problems over and over again. So we've seen how AI can plug into the whole Scrum lifecycle. But what's the bottom line here? What are the big, tangible benefits for your team and for your product? Let's break them down. First and foremost, you're going to see fewer bugs. It is that simple.
By catching mistakes as they're being made and predicting them based on historical patterns, AI significantly drops your error rate. And that means a more stable product and way less time spent on frustrating bug hunts. And of course, fewer errors naturally leads to higher quality. By spotting code inefficiencies early and automating the creation of really sophisticated tests, AI doesn't just catch mistakes. It actually helps you build a better, more reliable product right from the start. This is that proactive QA we were just talking about, but in action. So when you automate all that repetitive coding, speed up your testing cycles, and use real-time data to head off delays, the result is pretty clear. You ship products faster. This reduced time to market is a massive competitive advantage. It lets you deliver value to your customers so much sooner.
And finally, it all adds up to a more productive and, honestly, a more enjoyable experience for the team. When AI is handling all the grunt work, your talented developers and product owners are freed up to focus on what we humans do best: creative problem solving and true innovation.
Okay, this all sounds pretty great, right? But the big question is, where do you even begin? Well, the good news is you do not have to overhaul your entire process overnight. There's a simple, iterative way to get started.
Here's your 4-step plan. First, assess. Find your team's single biggest pain point. Is it estimation? Is it bug tracking? Second, start small. Pick one tool for one part of Scrum and just test it out. Maybe it's a code completion tool or a meeting transcriber. Third, upskill. Give your team the training and the freedom they need to experiment. And finally, measure. Track the impact so you can see if it's working, and then you can iterate from there. You know, this isn't science fiction anymore. These AI-powered tools are practical, they're available right now, and they're ready to become your team's new co-pilot, helping you build better software faster. The only real question left is, are you ready to take the controls?